All right, well, thank you all for coming out here again today. We're here at the Louisville Zoo, also at the Louisville Underground Mega Caverns. My name is Mitchell Burmeister. I'm with Louisville Metro Emergency Services. I just wanted to provide a brief update today on what we've learned and what we expect going forward. So like we said yesterday, the sinkhole was discovered yesterday morning as part of the regular walkthrough of the zoo. At that time, the zoo was closed and the Mega Caverns underground was closed as well. And throughout the day yesterday and then again today, there are engineers that are evaluating both underground and above ground. We have geotech engineers, mining engineers, a lot of different people getting a look at this and making sure that the area is safe. For the time being, the Louisville Zoo and the underground, the Mega Caverns are closed. We will be working with the engineers to determine when the safety of the situation allows. We will reopen the zoo and the Mega Caverns, but at this time they are closed and we're awaiting that investigation to complete before we make any announcement or word on when that will open.
I know you guys had put the fissures in place last night or put the paint in the cracks. Any progress this morning? Did it seem to shift at all?
We're continuing to monitor that. We didn't have any noticeable or large shifts overnight, but we're continuing to monitor those above ground fissures.
Any updates on a cause?
No, we still are awaiting the results of the investigation. And the primary investigation right now is to make sure that the area is safe so that visitors can come back and enjoy both the underground and the Louisville Zoo. The cause may be a while yet for a determination on that.
I think last night there was only one place where they had found debris that had fallen underground, and they were checking other spots that were occupied and unoccupied. Any more issues that have come up or anything more that you guys have seen?
We haven't seen any more substantial movement, just that one same spot that we were looking at yesterday. Again, to reiterate, all the neighboring businesses and homes, anything in that adjacent area has been determined to be safe. Residents shouldn't be worried about anything like that. But we're just mainly focused on that unoccupied area above ground on the zoo and then the unoccupied area in the cavern itself.
And can you describe I don't know if you can, but the difference between what the Mega Cavern is and what underground is? Because I know underground's open, but Mega Cavern's not.
I am not the best person to answer that question, so we can try to work to get you an answer on that.
I know it's still very early, but can you cover it up? What's next?
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what the engineers recommend and look at. It may be a filling in the hole. They're just really making sure that the area is safe before we continue to do anything. But we're working together to make sure that we get a good plan in place to rectify the situation.
Can you reiterate the uniqueness of the situation too? Because it's underground and overground that we're concerned with.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex situation because we have the Mega Caverns beneath us and then the Louisville Zoo. I think the biggest thing is that we're working very closely, both the city, the Louisville Zoo, emergency services, and the Mega Caverns to make sure that we're in coordination on this, that we're taking the appropriate steps to ensure safety and to get a resolution here.
Have you ever seen anything of this size before?
I have not. It is a very unique situation and a very unexpected situation as well.
How much of the area is identical to this underneath substructure of this area of Louisville?
I'm not sure.
Or is caverns like this underneath, or is this kind of a pocket by itself?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
The area that caved in, are there other pockets like that around, or is the substructure of Louisville such that there are many pockets like this around that we've kind of built up and on top of over the years?
Yeah, I think, the Mega Cavern itself is pretty well known as to where its boundaries are underneath, and we have maps of, where in the city that reaches in this immediate vicinity. So yeah, we have pretty good maps that help us understand what parts of the zoo are on top of the Mega Cavern.
How big is the team taking over the engineers?
I don't know an exact count, but I know, like I said, we have geotech engineers, mining engineers, several other folks that have joined us as well. We had a big meeting this morning with people from the Louisville Zoo, the water company, MSD. We're getting as many people as we can to give us a good look at this to make sure that we understand fully what the situation is and how best to move forward.
Neighbors I've talked to said that this was only a matter of time and believe that it's going to happen again. Can you speak to that?
I don't think we really know at this point, what could happen. We're really just trying to focus on the situation at hand and make sure that it gets resolved safely.
And you touched on this earlier, but can you just reiterate a message for neighbors who live close by? Should they be worried? I know some people are.
Yeah, the message right now is just that we've made an evaluation of the area with the engineers that we're working with, and they've determined that it is safe for neighboring businesses and residents.
And I know the dimensions have changed since yesterday. Can you just say what they are now?
I believe it's about 60 yards wide and 90 yards deep, or 90 yards long.
Can you say it one more time?
60 by 90 yards. Great. Anyone else have any other questions? Thanks.
Have animals been affected at all by this? I know last time we talked it was like 100+ feet away, but I don't know if they've changed their attitude at all since this has happened or something.
So all the animals have been monitored, and we continue to monitor them, and we haven't noticed any behavior changes.
How close did you say are the closest animals to the site?
Closest to the site right now, guanacos are about, we believe, to be about 100 yards from there, but that's a non-dangerous animal. This spot is basically an undeveloped, unoccupied, and that's the plan. I mean, that's always been the plan for this space right here.
Are you rescheduling any of the events that are coming up?
We do have a snow leopard opening of the Cub House on Saturday if we are open, so we'll be in touch about that.
What is it?
The Snow Leopard Pass exhibit that we were going to open on Saturday. There's a Cub House that we were going to open, which is a classroom for early childhood education, and that opens on Saturday if we're open. And we'll continue to work with the experts, and once they deem things safe above ground as well as underground, we'll coordinate our efforts to open together.
Can you reiterate too why safety is so important?
Sure, safety for everyone, above ground and below ground. So we're relying on those experts to tell us when that's safe, and we'll rely on them to tell us when. And when we do, we'll open, and guests can come back in and enjoy the animals and enjoy our snow leopard exhibit opening this Saturday, hopefully.
How disappointing has it been to close down the zoo for 2 days now?
Well, it's always, we always like to be, we're always here, of course, caring for the animals. So we've been here caring for the animals. But some guests, I'm sure, disappointed. We always have, even on a cold, rainy, snowy day, we have guests. So I'm sure guests are a little disappointed, but we'll be back open soon, and they'll be able to enjoy the animals and all the events.